I'm gonna demonstrate for you how to remove a solar panel. Super simple video, should be really straightforward. And yeah, let's do this. First off, you know who you are. If you're not qualified to be doing this, don't do it. There is a risk of getting hurt. There's a risk of falling off the roof or breaking something. Know all that. Don't abuse this video. This is for people who are interested in how these go together or are maybe qualified to attempt this. This is the most common type of attachment systems I see. There is a rail right here that spans all the way across the frame of the panel. There's another rail that goes all the way across the panel. And what you'll see is a bolt that secures one side, a bolt that secures the rail on this side, and then two more. There are a ton of different manufacturers who make the attachments for solar panels. Every one of the products are close to the same, but a little bit different. This one is made by Unirac. It's about 10 years old. In particular, it takes a 1/2 inch socket or deep socket, probably, yeah, deep socket. So generally you'll have a 9/16, 1/2 inch, 7/16. Some are 13 millimeter, some are 10 millimeter. And then every once in a while you'll get like something that's like an Allen. That's like a 6 millimeter, maybe a 5 millimeter Allen. Torque spec on these should only be like 10 to 15 foot-pounds. So when I unbolt this, it should come off easy. If the impact driver is struggling, it's way too tight. And this is like kind of the first thing that you should be cautious about if you're wanting to get this put right back on. Oh, that was pretty easy. So the clamps that are underneath the frame of the panel can be a little bit confusing. For this one, I'm just gonna pull it out about that far and then smack it. It's still catching a little bit on the underside. Get a little more smack. Now this side's free. And I'll show you what that looks like on the underside, because there's a lot of these clamps that are like the hidden in clamps that like grab on the bottom of the frame of the panel and aren't, you know, they're a little confusing. Before I show you how to do this, make sure to watch the full video. I'm saying that because I'm going to show you things that can go wrong and kind of some safety stuff. So don't just watch the first couple seconds, be like, oh yeah, you unbolt stuff, because there's a little bit more to it in a situation. So anyway, you disconnect it under load, it's not gonna be good. It's probably gonna like arc, pop, shock you, burn you, not a good thing. All right, here's an example of what this clamp is doing. So when this gets tightened, it pulls this, and there's the frame of the solar panel goes right here, up, and then the glass. So it gets stuck in that gap right there. It basically pulls that onto the gap and then keeps the panel from flying up. On these clamps, there's a lot of different weird kind of contraptions and clamps like this one. There's a couple that are kind of weird. They're toolless. Like, you don't use a tool to tighten them. You just pop them off and they lift up on. A lot of them kind of grab like this, and some are just on the outside. You can see what it is. You just loosen it and slide it off. All right, let's get this one. See how it is. Perfect. See, it really wasn't that tight, but it's starting to bind up a little bit right there. Oh, let's see. That one came off. So this one might be broken. Sometimes when you loosen them, if they're over tightened, they'll snap off, or the threads will be damaged and you won't be able to get that clamp back on. I warned you. These ones are pretty straightforward. You just have a mid clamp, which it's got a little threaded stanchion on a bolt that goes into the rail, and then a clamp that sits on the frame of both the panels. Loosen this last one. All right, next, I'm gonna pull up on this panel, make sure it's free. It's kind of loose. But generally what you'll have is the panel will be connected to some kind of device or to another solar panel. So in this situation, we have like the cables, which this is a pretty common way to do it. The cables from the solar panel just kind of go in a loop, and they just kind of rest nicely right here so they're not touching the roof. And then they're connected to, in this situation, optimizer. Now there's a ton of different like inverter systems. You have AC systems, you have DC systems, you have rapid shutdown devices, you have microinverters, power optimizers, a bunch of different things. But generally, a solar panel has these connectors on them. This is called like a PV connector. Generally, it goes to a device. It may go to the next panel over, and there may be no devices. And there might be two panels that go to one device. It's all kind of the same concept. Two cables come out of the back of the solar panel, and it plugs into something, either another solar panel or a device. So you're gonna have to have access to that device. If it's not like that, there's probably something screwy going on. This system in particular is a 400 volt system that runs at like 10 to 20 amps. It's nothing to play around with. So before you take a panel off or disconnect a panel or touch the system, really, you should turn everything off. If your voltage is under 60 volts, it's considered safe voltage. If it's under 60, it's like a car battery. In theory, you can touch a car battery and it's not gonna shock you because it's only like 12 volts. The voltage is what can get to you. And then you talk about like power lines that are like 40,000 volts or something like that. It can jump to you. You could just go close to it. And if you were grounded, that electricity would jump to you, shock you, and kill you. So the lower the voltage, the safer it is because there's less potential to get to you. Now, these connectors right here, you never, ever, ever want to disconnect a system when it's under load. The idea meaning it's producing power and it's flowing through the system, flowing through the inverter, flowing through to the load. You disconnect it under load, it's not gonna be good. It's probably gonna like arc, pop, shock you, burn you, not a good thing. So you always want the system off so there's no power flowing from it or flowing through it. Now, like I'm saying, you can't turn off the sun. So if you have a system that's, you know, in the sunlight, it's going to be producing electricity, and there is voltage that wants to flow through it if you give it a place to go. So for these ones, it's pretty simple. There's a lot of tools out there. I just use my hands, a screwdriver. I've even bent a fork in order to like disconnect these before, because some of them have little guards on it. But it's simple. It's almost like a clasp on your backpack. Think of like the classic, you know, buckle. The solar panels themselves are pretty sturdy and solid. They have a nice frame on them. The glass has to be rated for like hail. This is my preferred method to carry them. Over my head, I bend over a little bit, the weight's on my back, and I carry them around like this. A few things to keep in mind: the silicon that makes the electricity under the solar panel, those are actually pretty fragile, especially the old ones. So you don't necessarily want to put too much pressure on the panel because you can cause cracks in it, which won't immediately break it, but over time will break it and make it produce less power. So even though they're super sturdy, they're metal, they got some strong glass on them, you do need to be careful with these and treat them like they're fragile. The irony of this, I just pulled up this solar panel and I just found like one of the great reasons why you might need to have a solar panel pulled up on your roof. And under this solar panel is a situation like this. This looks like a rodent. Like a rodent was cold and trying to get in the house. The way it's kind of like torn up. And trying to dig through here, but obviously they're not getting through. So here's a great example. I got two for you. This was just how it was. I haven't touched this panel, but that little T-bolt down there is broken off. It's like too short. These are like twice that long, and then there's no nut on it. And so it goes in that channel and it turns and locks in. It's kind of a common way to attach solar panels, is the rail has some kind of channel that this goes into and then twists, and then it can't pull out. But this one has been over tightened and sheared off or loosened or whatever happened to it. I don't know the story, but it's broken. So if that breaks, it's not necessarily stuff you can find accessible anywhere. You kind of need a replacement one. You might be able to figure out something scrappy to get that bolted back down, but you want to bolt it down. Now this one was over tightened and kind of bent. So if I can show you this, it might not screw back in. I don't know if you can see that. Right? You see that? That one might be broken too. So some of this cheap racking, consider this cheap racking, you might be fighting with it quite a bit and then replacing something in order to get it bolted back down.